This is episode 0, a solo episode with just me as we talk about the Living on Purpose podcast and what it's all about. Before we get started, please make sure to subscribe, rate, and review the Living on Purpose podcast. When you send me your screenshot of the review to Kathryn at klzmethod.com, we will send you our KLZ Method workout for the chakras. Also, as you're listening, screenshot your favorite part and share it with us on Instagram at klz.method. I love hearing from you and sharing your thoughts and comments. I'm so grateful to you and all of our amazing listeners for helping us to grow the podcast and share its guests and message with more people. Before we head into the show, here's a quick word from our sponsor. The KLZ Method membership is a virtual streaming platform and high vibe community with a combination of modalities from fitness to breathwork, affirmations to mudra. Whether you're connecting spiritually with Kundalini yoga or moving blocked physical energy with a boxing workout, this chakra-based approach has just what you need. I love connecting with other women around the world with the support of the group chat, and the monthly live classes and challenges keep things in sync with whichever astrological season we're moving through. To join the membership, go to klzmethod.com, and when you go to checkout, type in podcast 10 for $10 off the monthly membership. So let's dive right in now to episode 0 of the Living on Purpose podcast. And let's talk about the intention or the goal or the purpose of the Living on Purpose podcast. Let's set some groundwork here and talk a little bit about where this is coming from, why it's important to me, and what we'll do. The intention of this podcast is to share messages of other people's lives about how they've come into a deeper connection with their own purpose for being on the planet. It's not just about how they are living their lives with that purpose, but it's how they came into a relationship with it. How did they find it? How did they know? I'll share about how I came to connect with my own purpose and all the gory, gruesome details of that on a subsequent episode. But more than that, how the stories of how people come into contact with their purpose really support others that are listening, whether it's an audience member that is just beginning to search for their purpose, or if it's someone that has an established purpose and is just looking to enrich that even further, or if it's someone that's deep in their purpose and living their life connected to that. These stories just really offer more color to our own stories. They give us more perspective and they give us a different lens to look through to really understand all of the elements of purpose, how it's so important to our lives in all the different ways. Let's just talk about a few of those. We know that having a powerful why is an important element to every project that you're doing. If it is a job that you're doing, if it is in your fitness goals, everywhere you look these days, you see, know your why. What's your why? Be connected to your why for why you're doing this. And it is in a big way. We see a lot of places where like, what do you want out of life? What do you want to do? Do you want to vacation here? What are your dreams? Like, what are you dreaming of? So purpose to me is a lot about that. It's about what are your dreams and what are your visions and what do you want out of your life? And I have a really hard time sometimes when you ask people, what are your dreams? And they say the justs. I just wish I could be by the beach a month a year. That would be good enough. I just wish I had this much money in my bank account. I just wish my family is all healthy. But these are your dreams. It really drives me crazy when people just their dreams. Like that's the place where you should be dreaming of riding a magical unicorn across the sunset or something, like why would you not really go all the way out for your dreams? So starting with your dreams and then going a little bit deeper into the dreams, like why do you want those things? Why are they important to you? How does that relate back? What do you want to give? So this is what you want to have or receive or get, but what do you want to give? How do you want to live your life? What is your legacy? So starting with the dreams is always really interesting, and having that powerful why, if it's around an objective for the week or a fitness goal again, or whatever it might be, your family's purpose and your family's dreams and vision. So having those are just such a powerful way to set intentions and to really, as you're working through all of the things that go along with that intention, when you get into the grimy elements of it, the stuff that's not so fun, at least you know your why. It really adds color to life in that kind of way. It really offers a beautiful backdrop and reason for reaching for the things that you want, and pushing through those harder times that aren't so fun and frilly. So knowing your why is sort of something that we already talk about and we already have pretty well known in society. And purpose is just an additional element to that. Additionally, your health. Purpose for healthy living. It's something that's just becoming more and more studied. If you've seen the documentary Heal, they talk about all of the different things that happened with cancer patients that went into radical remission. So these are cancer patients that were not really expected to be able to overcome cancer. They were not expected to beat their battle with cancer. And so some of the things that they did, there was a list of 9. I'll just read you the list really quickly. Radically changing your diet, taking control of your health, following your intuition, using herbs and supplements, releasing suppressed emotions, increasing positive emotions, embracing social support, deepening your spiritual connection, and having a strong reason for living. Of 9 of those reasons or ways that people radically shifted their own health journey, only 2 of them are related to food and nutrition. And having a strong reason for living or having a strong purpose is one of those things that really made a positive impact. So having a powerful purpose adds value, adds benefit, adds health to your life and vitality. So it's a beautiful way to give yourself additional nourishment. And I'll share that documentary in the show notes if you haven't seen it. It's a beautiful story with fantastic experts and just so much insight and cutting edge technology. All right, so coming back into the intention of the show and talking more about the benefits of purpose in our lives, I really am just a big advocate for shining our lights as brightly as possible for ourselves, for our family, and for the planet. This beautiful writing by Marianne Williamson, Our Greatest Fear, talks about this more when she shares, "It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure." Oh, it gives me goosebumps. It's just so amazing. We're talking about our light, not our darkness that most frightens us, because we know how big we are. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, and fabulous? It's just so amazing. And when she comes into this specific part that just resonated with me since the moment I read it, as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. So having a purpose doesn't mean that life is just going to be just a beautiful path laid out for you. In my own experience, and I'll talk more about this in another episode, in my own experience, once you've found your purpose and you know your truth and you know what you're here for, it sometimes makes things difficult because you know what you need to do and you know the path that you're on. And you can see how that doesn't always go with the flow. It doesn't always go along with other people's beliefs. It's not always the easier place to be. But when you are shining your light, you make such an impression. People can feel that. They can feel that you're living in alignment with your authenticity and that you are your truest self. It just resonates differently. And when we do that, when we start letting our light shine as bright as it can shine, other people feel that, and we start to make a massive movement it's like a revolution where we really get to just make a shift to the planet. And some of you know, some of you have heard my rantings, and some of you believe them, and some of you have heard them from other people as well, that where our planet is right now in this day and age, this is, I don't like to call it a war of light and dark, but we can definitely feel the pressure and the tension and the friction coming in on all different sides. And we can see the light, we can see the beauty in things. And sometimes it feels like those places are trying to be eradicated or diminished for the forces that want to have power and control, for commercialism and for corporate gains. And so when we are stepping into our own light, when we're stepping into our purpose, we are creating just this beautiful army of souls aligned with us. And we start to fight back in a way that can't be destroyed. So we make a massive shift to the planet when we step into consciousness. We get out of the technology, we get out of the media and all of the places that are trying to shout at us what they want us to believe is the truth. And we come back into our own truth. We come back into our body. We come back into a deep understanding and knowing. It's that unreasonable knowing, Guru Singh says, the knowing without reason. We come back into that place where we just know the truth. You can just feel it. In KLZ method, the membership, I say our bodies are a high precision tool. And the purpose of a body is to support your soul's journey by this body decoding the messages through your emotions, through your senses of taste, touch, feel, through your senses of intuition. We have this beautiful body that's here to really give us everything that we need to decode the messages of our soul, to be on our own path. This is a really, really amazing journey and opportunity. They say that everything non-physical desires to be physical. So all of the spirits and all of the different, energies out there, they all desire to be in a physical body, because it's in this physical body that we can make changes to the path of our soul. We can't do that. A soul can't do that without having a physical body. You need those clues from your physical body to help guide you. Those clues are the same clues that will bring you closer to your own purpose. This purpose is your birthright. You were born in this beautiful innocence. You didn't have anything. You didn't know anything. That is the truth. That is the place that we began. That is the place that we can be now. Again, we can let go of all of these worldly things that we have learned, and we can come back into that state, that birthright space of knowing who we are and that innocence. So I'm excited to talk more about all of this with you in the following podcast. I'll share more about my own purpose, how you can find your purpose, again, the benefits of a purpose and all these kind of things. And then we'll get into some really great guests and have some conversations with them about all of the things related to what their purpose is and how they are, doing what they believe is why they're here in this body at this time on this planet. And we'll hear more about how they came to that purpose and just how it lights up their life. All right, my loves, we hope you enjoyed this episode. Share with me what your favorite part was and ask me any questions. I'm here for you, and I'm excited to hear how this inspired you. Remember that quote, as we let our light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. Marianne Williamson nailed it on that quote, and I hope that you feel it. I hope that it sinks in as you're walking in the streets or just living your life, that you are shining your light and knowing that you are making a difference in other people's worlds just by the energy that you're living in. If you love this episode, remember to share it with your friends and send it to anyone who may love this inspiration and information that we shared here. And don't forget to join the KLZ Method membership. Go to klzmethod.com and type in the promo code podcast10 for $10 off the monthly membership. Sending you so much love. See you next time.